to you. Well, I understand some news just breaking from the Supreme Court of Appeal in Mangaung stepping aside the conference results of the 2018 ANC Free State Conference. That conference saw the election of Sam Mashinini to office. Mashinini has been seen as an ally of the Secretary General in the ANC, Ace Magashule. He was voted in as chairperson. That news just coming to us now. We'll have more as it develops through the afternoon. Well, in other news today, the Auditor General confirming that the City of Ekhuruleni, the Metro of Ekurhuleni, has received a clean audit and that there was no irregular, unauthorised or wasteful expenditures. The third clean audit in the last consecutive 3 years. When you think about it, a city the size of Ekurhuleni is massive. It has a huge budget. I would imagine their mayor is celebrating. Well, let's ask him. The mayor of Ekurhuleni is Mzwandile Messina. Mr. Mayor, good afternoon to you. I imagine you must be celebrating after this.
Yes, I am quite happy on behalf of myself, the coalition government and our administration that finally we have been given a clean bill of health. We have a clean audit that has been presented to Council today by the Auditor General South Africa, which indicates that all is well in our city.
How did you do it? What steps did you take? And I ask because so many people battle with this. It is, because of the size of your city, it's a big thing.
Well, firstly, we had to build internal capacity. We have not less than 7 qualified chartered accountants in the system. We have a qualified city manager who has been there for over 20 years in the system. But also we put up a operation clean audit strategy, building on the case as and when we've got paragraphs from the Auditor General. We look into those, we make sure that we resolve them appropriately. And where we are now, we've been able to resolve all the challenges. So on our financial performance information as well as our compliance, we have been found to be clean, and I'm very happy with that outcome.
As I understand what the Auditor General herself, Tsakana Maluleka, said today, that key to getting a clean audit is continuity, so having the same people in the same office for a long period of time. It takes, more than 1 or 2 years to have all the finance people in the right office and working together over a longer period of time. And that builds up continuity, which makes it easier to manage the finances properly and to have clean audits. Was that part of what you were doing?
Yes, I couldn't agree more with that statement from the AG herself. Our city manager has been in the years. She has risen through all the ranks until she became the city manager when we came in. Our CFO is relatively very young, very energetic. He used to work for the Auditor General. We've recruited from the AG's office and other young professionals who are CAs who have come into the system, but also politically. The fact that the coalition government has been stable, I think it has been able to do checks and balances in the work of the administration, and we have got an experienced speaker and the chief whip who have ensured that we look into all the matters that have to do with AG. I must hasten to add that my experience in the public service of over 23 years, I'm able to see things that are wrong from time to time, and we're able to discuss and resolve them so that we stick to the right thing. That is why, for instance, over the past 3 years, we've not had any irregular, wasteful, and fruitless expenditure, because we know what causes those things and we know what challenges it brings if you don't manage or contain those things in terms of audit process. But also, we are able to prepare for the auditing on time, and we're able then to make sure that we deliver the quality audit process, which then has led us to this clean audit that we enjoy today.
I mean, you talk about the coalition. Of course, you as leader of the ANC region of Ekurhuleni, you're in a coalition with the AIC in Ekurhuleni. Sometimes coalition governments actually find it harder to get a clean audit. I'm not entirely sure why. But again, you here have a coalition and you've been able to pull it off.
Well, the coalition is based on principles, not on other issues. We said that we want a stable government that delivers quality services to our people. That's what we have been preoccupied with over the past 5 years. We are concluding our term. The DA tried 2 times to remove me, but they failed, because ours has been the government that is working. We have been able to deliver massive infrastructure in our space, and our people are generally happy, as according to the different surveys that we receive in our city. And I'm confident that moving forward, we are leaving this as a benchmark for the new administration to ensure that they continue with clean government, because clean government give confidence to our people that those who are entrusted with the leadership position are able to to do their work in a manner that leaves credibility into the systems of government, and I'm quite happy about that.
Mr. Mayor, I must say, I mean, I enjoy following you on Twitter. You're one of the people who makes sure that our Twitter is never boring in South Africa. Did you tweet us a picture of yourself with the ANC Secretary General, Ace Makashule, this week?
I tweet everything I like.
Nice choice of words. You will know, of course, the step-aside rule of the ANC, the National Executive Committee, making that point. Ace Makashule had to answer questions about that today as Secretary General. Do you think Ace Makashule should step aside in 28 days' time?
Well, the ANC has pronounced itself. I'm here speaking on behalf of the city. I will never overstate my mandate. I'm speaking as a mayor with regards to our record in government. So if you want a view about that, the spokesperson of the ANC is Comrade Pule Mabe, or the SG himself. I'm unable to comment on those issues because I'm not a member of the National Executive Committee of the ANC.
But you're the leader of a structure, you're the leader of a region. Come on, share a little bit of the Twitter Mzwandile Messina with us here on TV.
A leader doesn't lead his jacket, you lead people. So there has not been a single meeting of the regional committee that I lead, so I have no views in it.
Oh, would you believe we had to lose the sound feed at that time? I mean, at that particular time. All right, well, I had to try with the mayor. I fully, of course, respect what he says, that he has to consult with his region there, and then also he is not a spokesperson for the African National Congress, and of course in that he is entirely correct. But the mayor of Ekurhuleni, Mzwandile Messina, sir, I do appreciate the time here on Newsfeed. Thank you very much indeed.